Hello everyone. Welcome to one more video on format validation, but this time we are going to work with emails. And what I'm expecting is that the email should have the domain google.com or gmail.com. So what basically I'm expecting is something like this. So an email where after the @ the string should be google.com or it should be gmail.com. So the solution that we are going to look at in this video is going to be charAt. It's a very long method, but if you do not know how to use the a little complex functions, that is the string methods, then this can be a sure short solution to this kind of definition where there's a certain pattern available in the string. Here, the concern would be that google.com is a longer string compared to gmail.com. So we're going to try and resolve this using the charAt method. So let us start. Now, google.com has 6 characters here and 4 characters here, totaling to 10 characters. Whereas gmail.com will have 5 characters plus the 4 characters, totaling to 9 characters. So in this one, I'm going to look at 10 characters, and here I'm going to look at 9 characters. Now, charAt is a method which allows you to extract one character at a time, and so I will need to extract each of these characters individually. Same goes with this one. Plus, I'll also have to make sure that there is nothing between the @ sign and the first letter of the google.com or @ sign and the first letter of the gmail.com string. So to do that, I will need to extract one more character, which is the @ character. So in total, I will need 11 extractions for the first possibility and 10 extractions for the second possibility. Now, unless you find out how many or what are the strings, you cannot identify, how many you need to extract. So I'll take the longest one. The longest one is 11 characters. So I'm going to go ahead and do the checking with the 11 ones. So I'm going to create 11 variables. Well, you could have written a for loop here and extracted each character and stored it in an array format, and you could have done some validation using that, but we are going to take the longest way here. So that is C1 will be the last character, C2 last but one, C3 last but two, and so on. So I'll have all these characters extracted. Apart from this, now how do I know what is the position of the last character? So obviously I need to find out the length of the string. All right, so this would be my first method, the longest one, but then no, this is going to work perfect. So let us start the extraction. C1 will contain, so before C1 I need to find out the length of the string because I do not know where the last character is placed. So C1 should contain the length of the string. Now nothing is spoken about the case of the string. So since it is placed in double quotation, we make an assumption that it is supposed to be lowercase alphabets only. So okay, I don't need the length. I need to use the charAt. So I'm going to extract the last character. Now, if n is the length of the string, the last first character is at n minus 1. So what I'll do is I'll just copy and paste this for 11 times. And we just have to replace this with so that would be 11 characters from which positions? So for last one position, last two position, last three, Okay, so the last characters, the last one is this one. It can be this one as well. So last but second is this, last but third is this, last but fourth is this, and last 11th character would be the at. Uh, this is an assumption that we are working with google.com. But again, we are going to use in all these variables to work with this also. So let me now write my condition. So what am I expecting? C1 should be equal to the character M. Okay, I'm looking for the google.com condition. And C2 should be equal to O, and C3 last third character should be equal to C, and C4 should be equal to dot. Now, so far, both of these have the same ending section. So what I can do is I can just close it. If this is the case, then I can go ahead and write in for the rest of the part here. That is one possibility, but if you don't want to do that, then you can go ahead and continue this thing. So C5 is equal to E. We cannot miss the and sign in between. Right, so I could have done this in reverse, like C11 is at the rate, and C10 is G, and C9 is O, and C8 is O, and C7 is G, and C6 is L, and C5 is E, and C4 is dot, and C3 is C, and C2 is O, and C1 is M. So I could have written this in the reverse order as well, but whatever, I'm looking for this thing. So if this is the case, I would go ahead and say okay, so for now this is what I would do. So I will write in one more for the Gmail. So I'm going to copy and paste this, and I'm going to use an else if ladder, because if it is neither of these, then I'm going to show an error. So in C5 I will need L. In C6 I need a small I, so we are using this section now. In C7 I should have a small a. C8 I should have a small m. C9 I should have the small g. Alright, and C10 I should have the at the rate sign. So if this is the case, it's a very long way of solving, but I wanted to give you another way of looking at the same definition. Okay, when I'm saying domain, I'm not talking about domains and subdomains. I'm saying anything after the at the rate sign. Okay, so let's try this out unless there's any syntax error. So I'm going to put in my email as, okay, and it says correct. Now if I try to put anything, see, anything before the at the rate is okay. If I try to put anything after it, then I'm going to have wrong domain for sure. But what about me putting anything here between the at the rate and Google? It will say it is incorrect. Okay, so this is working fine. And what about Gmail? So this will also work fine. And if I put in any other um, this thing, for example, say YouTube, so it's going to say wrong domain, right? A very long way, but a very interesting way again to look at the definition. So in the next one, I'll show you a little simpler one and a very shorter one. So try this out.